Welcome back to the podcast. You know when you're really excited about something, but you don't want to talk about it and jinx it? That's where I am right now. I don't want to talk about it, don't want to jinx it, so I might have news next episode or the next couple episodes, or I might not. Who knows? I don't know. But so there's a teaser for upcoming episodes. In the meantime, though, thanks again for those of you who are supporting my book, A Miserable Paradise. You can get it in Ketchikan at Parnassus, in Juneau at Rainy Retreat Books, in Anchorage at Mosquito Books, and at miserableparadise.com or Amazon. Appreciate the support. Happy to see people reading it and hope it provides something to people. I think there's a lot of energy put into making like a name for yourself, but not necessarily providing a product. And I get into that in the last part of the book, the last couple of chapters. Just this idea of why are we getting into things? What is it that we want out of this whole situation? And is it just a self-serving purpose, or is it to create some sort of product or add some sort of value to people's lives? And so I hope that, you know, my book is not a self-help book, but I hope that parts of it resonate with people and, you know, provide some questions to kind of contemplate. And, you know, I definitely don't come to anything from an expert perspective. I'm just some, you know, person who likes to hunt, fish, and hike and do all that sort of stuff. And I'm sure a lot of other people have the same sort of questions that I do. And so I really appreciate people who I've gotten into conversations about some of the stuff that's in here, and some of these things are just questions you can't answer, and we have to grapple with these things. And one of those things that anybody who creates content has to grapple with, or should grapple with, is, why am I doing this? You know, is this for me or is this for something else? And whether you're, you know, creating awareness, whether you're making videos to kind of show people stuff, and you can have a baseline entertainment for sure. But, you know, is it for you? Is there value that's brought? Is it just so that you have a larger platform to tell everybody how great you are? But so you got to check yourself a little bit too, because it can be really exciting when things start to go well. And so, yeah, so we'll see going forward. It's an exciting time, though. I'm really excited for what I got coming up this summer. And, yeah, I can't believe it's already the end of May. I can't believe I'm doing another solo episode, and I had a great streak of some great guests on. I'm doing another solo episode, and I just have this feeling of almost rush. And the same thing happens when you're deer hunting during November, where October ends with the Halloween hunt, and right around there is kind of the time when rut starts to happen, and then you think, man, I got the whole next month. I got 4 weekends. This is going to be great. And then all of a sudden you get to weekend 3, and then, oh boy, you know, we're running out of time, and then before you know it, it's over. And May's the same thing, because you start off the month with stories of bears coming out. People are starting to see black bears. All right, well, you know, we got time. And then all of a sudden it's toward the end, and you know, your opportunity to get a nice coat on a black bear, and then some nice meat for some snacks, for some sausage, whatnot. Before you know it, it's over. Before you know it, it's already June, and then you got king salmon fishing. So I'm trying to squeeze in a black bear hunt here. Hopefully this weekend, be able to go out with my buddy Ryan. He got a nice bear last week, and as he was taking care of it, he saw another bear. So we're probably going to go to that spot and see if we can get that other one. He did a solo hunt in a skiff, which is, I mean, the dude is legit, but he's pretty unassuming. He's not one to brag a whole lot about it, and so he's a good guy to hunt with. So I'm excited to go out there and see what he has. And he's one of those guys that you hunt with and just as excited that someone else has a good time. And we've hunted together, but neither one of us has taken either a deer or bear together. So hopefully we'll be able to get there out there this weekend and make something happen. But pretty excited about that. Pretty excited about the shrimp that I have cooking right now. So I'm going to have to do probably a rushed episode here. Got some shrimp that my buddy Dave set some pots over the weekend and got some. So I munched on them last night and tonight, and I had to put some in the freezer because it was too many.
After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch? But after talking to them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. They cut out the cost of retail stores and pass those sweet savings directly to you. For anyone who hates their phone bill, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. I was hesitant about having to get a new phone and a new phone number, but with Mint, you can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone and your same phone number along with all of your existing contacts. Mint Mobile gives you the best rate whether you're buying for one or for a family, and at Mint, families start at 2 lines. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and to get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/waypoint. That is mintmobile.com/waypoint. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/waypoint.
So I've been going with this spinach and cheese tortellini with some pesto and then add in the shrimp. That has been absolutely delicious. I'm not sure where this tortellini kick came from, but tortellini also with some of the ground caribou that I have. Unbelievable. I'm going through that caribou at just an alarming rate. It is crazy how fast that's going. It's got to be going just as fast, if not faster, than the blacktail. But I just don't like going to the store and buying meat. It's so nice to just maybe go in and get some chicken as like just a change of pace every once in a while, but having meat in the freezer is just so great. I'm running out of it for sure. All I have in my chest freezer right now is a brown bear hide, and I had a 25-pound box of herring for shrimp bait, which we used, and now I have shrimp. So nothing is in there now except for the brown bear hide. And then in the freezer above the fridge, I got a little bit, I think I have one slice of backstrap left, and then some caribou, and maybe 1 or 2 pieces of halibut left. So I'm getting into what Ranella on Meat Eater calls a meat crisis. But hopefully I'll be able to get a black bear and add some sausage and add some other goodies to that. But just that time of year where stuff just starts to go so fast. You waited all spring, and then now it's just impossible to keep up with. I haven't even been steelhead fishing in weeks, and I love May for steelhead fishing. And it's not like I haven't been doing anything. I've been hunting, I've been out. It's just absolutely crazy. There are too many things to do. Totally overwhelming, and it's all over the counter. Like, you don't even have to. It's not dependent upon any sort of draw. It's not dependent upon anything except just, your wherewithal. It's not even really weather dependent. If you want to go out in a boat, it's a little bit weather dependent, but there's enough roads around here. There's not great road access, but there's enough around where you can get to the places where you need to be, and it's just absolutely, it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of opportunities that we have here. I had to do a brief pause there because I had to go check on the shrimp to make sure it wasn't boiling over in the next room. You don't want that to happen, but. So I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit there, but so May is here. We got king salmon opening up here. There's a terminal run south of town where you can catch some fish right now, but all the stuff on the north end of town is closed down. If you live on the outside waters, people over in Craig and Klawock back home are just crushing it. There's king salmon out there, which is makes you kind of jealous when you're in these inside waters because these fish are closer to their spawning rivers, and so in order to protect those and allow that early run to get up those rivers, they don't allow you to fish. The terminal run that's out south of town is a terminal run, and so these are hatchery fish, or the vast majority of them are hatchery fish, and so they allow people to fish in a pretty small area, but you can pick some fish up early, so that's kind of nice. But everything else opens up on June 15th. So until then, it's just one area, and there's going to be a ton of people down there for the opener. People I think are really hungry for trolling. People are getting ready, getting their the new helmets for their herring plugs or for their herring, and the hoochies or whatever secret thing that they have, dodgers and flashers. And it's funny to see what people's favorite thing is or what their thing is. Like, everything works if you do it long enough, but you just swear by your certain depth, by your certain bait, how to cut the bait, whether you're using a helmet or not, just all these little things. But it's fun to just get dialed in. And if you live out south, you have such an advantage because you're much closer to. My buddy Dave goes out with his dad super early, like before people, and so you try to pick one or two up, and depending on what the limit is, pick one or two up before anybody else is even out there. But before us, people from the north part of town can get down there and do some trolling. But yeah, it just opens, and it's absolutely, it's crazy. I don't know how many times I've said absolutely and how many times I've said crazy, but it just really is. And once May really gets rolling and June gets rolling, this is exactly why you endure everything during the winter. The black ice, the darkness, the misery, the cold, the gray, all that stuff, because May and June just get things started, and you're just moving at such a frantic pace, and the sun is up so late, and you're fueled by the sun, and it takes a couple days until you realize, hey man, you haven't been sleeping a whole lot, man. You've been getting up with the sun, and you've been going to bed with the sun, so you got to pace yourself a little bit here, otherwise you crash. But it's a great feeling to have. Again, that's why you live here. That's why you endure all that stuff, because there's no way that you can really get a good idea of what it is to be here if you're just coming up for a week or 2 weeks during the year. And that's not everybody's interested in that, but you just appreciate it so much more. A nice day this time of year is absolutely stunning, and you just get excited. I'm so stoked for what we got going on. This 3-day weekend is going to be huge. Even if I don't get a bear with Ryan, 3-day weekend to do whatever. We got cabins, mostly rented, but hiking, fishing, camping, just too much to do. Love it. I love the opportunity to challenge myself to do as much as possible, and that's life in Southeast Alaska. That's life in Alaska in general, but Southeast kind of creeps out of that winter a little bit earlier than some of those other areas, and we have some earlier fishing opportunities like Steelhead that some other places don't. But so call that this episode. Make sure you check out the MediocreAlaskan.com. Again, Parnassus, Rainy Retreat books, Mosquito books, MiserableParadise.com, Amazon.com to get the book. And appreciate you leaving reviews. And I got some news for you next week or the week after. Who knows? Talk to you later.